Thank you for joining me for this video. I want to discuss a little bit of DBT, which stands for dialectical behavior therapy. And typically, it is used to treat things like borderline personality disorder or extreme emotional dysregulation. And it was developed by Marsha Linehan, Dr. Linehan, and she actually shares a very personal story about how DBT was developed and how it actually impacted her personally, struggling with borderline personality disorder. But what I really wanted to talk about today is, can it work for addiction? And I believe it absolutely can. So, just to give you a review of DBT, again, it stands for dialectical behavior therapy, and it's based on four pillars. The first is mindfulness, the second is emotional regulation, third is distress tolerance, and last but not least, we call interpersonal effectiveness. And I'm just going to kind of review each one of those. But number one is, it all starts with mindfulness. And a lot of times with addiction, there's a lot of impulsive behavior. There can be some obsessive thoughts about projecting the next time they may drink or use or act out. And mindfulness is a very, very important component. It's actually the foundational component to DBT. And I always encourage individuals struggling with addiction that there's nothing you can do about the past. There's a lot of guilt and shame that involves addiction in the past. And there's also a lot of projection about what might happen in the future, or becoming fixated on something they're not doing now, which could get them into trouble or get them sideways. So, mindfulness is absolutely important because it helps them to focus on the absolute present moment. The only thing you have control over is the present. The second is emotional regulation. And a lot of times when the impulses start to rear their ugly head, you could say, they get to a point where they're absolutely in a place of emotional dysregulation. The emotions are so intense that it becomes a one track mind to want to go out and act out or use or drink. So, a lot of what DBT does is it helps them to stay emotionally regulated, which is very, very important in the present moment. Number three is distress tolerance. So a lot of times there is pain involved with not wanting to drink or use because they become very easy coping mechanisms for stress. So DBT also focuses on that. And last but not least is interpersonal effectiveness. And a lot of times it's difficult to communicate and how you're feeling. And so to be able to express those thoughts or get those out in the opening, that's why a lot of times when people struggle with addiction, I want them to get accountability and to be able to communicate when they're in a place where they might be tempted to act out. So anyways, thank you for watching this video, and let me know if you have any questions. And my website, of course, if you visited here, is www.victorylifecounseling.com. And my name is Stephen Huber. Have a great day.